after getting 100 million views on my channel, growing it to 1.6 million subscribers, and building a successful online business around it, I came to think about YouTube growth in terms of a 6-step formula. I call it the rocket formula. It can help you achieve clarity on what really matters, so you can get so good at YouTube that your channel and business will skyrocket. First of all, what makes a good video? Your thumbnail editing and storytelling are important, but without this, they won't work. If the idea is not interesting or needed, it doesn't matter how well you make your video. Here is how Paddy Galloway, one of the best-known YouTube consultants, puts it.
I can't say it enough. Like, I'll be blue in the face saying this until I think the day I die. Is like, the idea is more important than everything.
In order to find great ideas, we need to do research. I'd say don't overcomplicate things. If something works for others, it will probably work for you. Study other channels in your niche. What are their best videos like in terms of topics, style of titles and thumbnails, video editing, and so on? Which videos flopped? For successful videos, pay particular attention to creators who are 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. Don't just focus on the largest channels. Find out what's working for channels like yours right now. Once you understand your niche a bit better, start searching for breakthrough ideas. Don't be afraid to spend more time looking for the best idea. In order to find it, you need to understand the elements of a great idea. First of all, ask yourself, does this idea have a reasonably wide appeal? Imagine you run a channel about online business. Which idea has more potential? How to hire a virtual assistant? Or how to create an online business? In this example, you can probably see it straight away. Generally, one of the ways to assess the idea potential is to check the search results. You can see that for the VA topic, views are quite low, even for larger channels. Views for the online business videos are a lot higher. The search results are the best case scenario of how your video could perform. If you are solving a particular problem, another way to gauge interest is to investigate the number of keyword searches. I use keywords everywhere. Buy some credits for a tenner, and when you type in your topic, you'll see the number of monthly searches. This works particularly well if you compare the numbers for different keywords you're considering. Another way to find amazing ideas is to look for outliers, or videos on other channels that by far outperform their average. I even have a special table where I note every outlier in my niche that I find. After some time, you start seeing patterns. And if you can spot outliers with the same topic on different channels, that's as good as gold. But don't get caught up overthinking it in terms of views. Think about real people with their interests and problems. Your channel will only see healthy, stable growth if you attract the right kind of audience. Think about people you really want watching your channel, your ideal viewers. Will they be interested in this new video? Will those who watch this video be interested in your other content? You need to create a sort of loop where each video feeds into your other videos and expands your audience. Whether your videos are aligned and appeal to the same viewer or not may determine the future of your channel. A lot of YouTube growth happens because of occasional videos that break through and earn more views. If the content is aligned, some of those viewers will start watching your other videos and your channel will grow as a result. But if the content is not aligned, the views will reach a peak and fall down to exactly the same level as before. Okay, so you found your idea. What's next? Your video is a product. If you created a real product, you'd make sure potential customers will pick it up from a supermarket shelf by optimizing your packaging. For a video, this is your title and thumbnail. Think about your viewers' problems, fears, and aspirations and appeal to them. Let's look at our previous idea. How to open an online business. As a title, it's boring. What kind of twist could we give it? Sometimes all we need is a couple of words. An easy way to open an online business, or how I built my online business from zero. Personal stories work well even for small channels. If I was starting an online business from zero, I'd do this. Another option is step-by-step guide to making $10,000 a month online. Including money into your title and thumbnail continues to work on YouTube. This may be amounts of money or actual banknotes. A bit cringy, but it works. When Alep Dao published his video, How Writing Online Changed My Life, it was 10 out of 10. Then he changed the title to How Writing Online Made Me a Millionaire, and it jumped to 1 out of 10. Money is one of those super triggers. In your niche, there are probably others. On my exam preparation channel, for example, I often mention the top score, which is a band 9. But what if you still want to make that video about hiring a virtual assistant because you're convinced that's what your audience needs, but they don't realize it? In this case, wrap it in a package that hides what's inside. For example, the key to growing an online business to 6 figures. Instead of presenting the topic directly, we attract them with a desirable goal. And then inside the video, provide a very good justification that what they need is a VA. Although we've been talking about the titles so far, I find it's best to work on your titles and thumbnails together to make sure they complement each other. Take a look at a few examples. Which are good and not so good? On the first one, the red color attracts our attention, alright, but would you click on it to meditate? Probably not. The one below, with a beautiful picture and a clear title, is much more appealing. What about this one? It actually communicates the aesthetics of the video well, and the title is clear, but it's too cluttered. On thumbnails, less is more. Next, Elizabeth Phillips. The title is intriguing. The best reading skill no one ever taught you. And the thumbnail complements the title. This is why you don't read. Perhaps playing a bit on guilt. Great packaging. On the next one, it's all in Matt Diavella's expression. And the title is I'm Alone Again. You start wondering what's happened. And the last one is a highly successful packaging from Nisha. Accountant explains. Immediate authority. Sure, we want to know how an accountant manages her money. And the spreadsheet looks like it's easy to implement. Whenever I watch YouTube, there is one simple thing I like to do. Before I click on a video, I pause and think, why am I selecting this particular video and not another? Try, it might be quite enlightening. Getting that click is important. But it's just as important to build the right kind of expectations about the video to attract viewers who will actually want to watch it. You know, YouTube A/B testing, which allows you to test up to 3 thumbnails against each other, compares their watch time, not the CTR. And here are some results from Mr. Beast. For the rest of us, this feature should be available later this year. And this leads us to the next stage. When new people click on your video, they are not yet sure they want to watch it. That's why retention graphs on smaller channels tend to look like this. Only 42% are still watching after 30 seconds. Your aim is to convince more people to stay and flatten this initial fall. Let's start with what not to do. Hi guys, welcome! Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a while since I posted a video. Have you subscribed? Chances are they never will. You might see some big YouTubers getting away with slow intros, but they have a large loyal audience willing to wait. If you don't, get straight to the point. Here is one way to do it. What expectations have your title and thumbnail created? Meet them. Mr. Beast, for example, matches his thumbnails and video intros very closely. As an educational YouTuber, you may not have any cute doggies to include in your introduction, But you should still answer these questions for your viewer. What's the value proposition? What result will they achieve by watching this video? Another key to a long watch time is proving your authority. Why should people listen to you? Let me show you one short introduction. Find 2 ways to prove authority used here. Ready?
Over the last few years, I have read almost every book that exists on money and investing. From the classic books that cover the fundamentals, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, to the psychology-focused ones, like Think and Grow Rich, to the books that go into investing, like One Up on Wall Street. So in this video, I'm going to break down the key things I have learned and taken away from all the books that I've read. Some of them really surprised me because they contradicted what I learned from my day job in investment banking, and I'm curious to know if you share the same perspective.
I've read almost every book that exists on money and investing. Nisha starts by showing how much effort she's put. The next is professional expertise. Things that surprised me because they contradicted what I've learned in my day job in investment banking. So there is an extra surprise and intrigue because of this contradiction. You could also outline your experience. In the past, I'd failed this exam twice, but it all changed after I learned this. Do it earlier on, so viewers know who they're listening to. The more expertise you have, the higher their tolerance will be to any video imperfections. Here is another very simple point that's often overlooked. There is usually an obvious difference between the way big YouTubers and beginners talk. Try to speak enthusiastically and confidently to indicate that you'll be delivering value. And keep your introduction brief. Okay, you've convinced your viewer to watch past the first 10 or 30 seconds. The next stage is keeping them captivated till the end. We've seen that lately long videos, like 20 minutes plus, have been working really well on YouTube. But generally, there is no best length. Viewers are ready to stay for as long as they keep on receiving value at a reasonable pace. There are, however, some retention techniques that could help. The first has a potential to keep your attention flat. Is there an example from your life that demonstrates the point? Then tell a story. There is another technique. Which description is more convincing? Getting this job was hard. I'd put my kids to sleep and instead of watching a movie with my partner, go and study for a couple of hours. Every day, including weekends. 6 months later, I was ready for the interview. Illustrating your points makes them stronger and more interesting to listen to. Show, don't tell. And this is the basis of great video editing too. Next, what could cause a sudden drop like this? Imagine I'm making a video about how much I earned last year. That's where the number was revealed. Too early. Your video should be building towards the key piece of information. Can you guess what kind of video this chart belongs to? Well, a video with tips. If people hear the tip first and understand it, but you're going into an explanation, they'll likely skip to the next tip. Here is a way to solve it. Swap the information around and present the problem first and then the solution. When you're working on a new video, write a full script or a detailed bullet plan. Then think about your ideal viewer. Do they need all this information? What's their knowledge level? Can they understand it all? Then imagine reading this script to your ideal viewer. If you know someone personally, perfect. Does it sound natural? If you wouldn't say it to a friend, perhaps you shouldn't say it in a video either. Apart from stories and retention tricks, there are 2 other things that should really be added to the script, but are often forgotten. When you're working on a video, don't think about just that video. Think about your video library and how all your content could work together. Coming back to our rocket, entice your viewers to watch another video and to watch your channel regularly. A great place for this is the end of the video, which only the most interested viewers reach. What would be the next best video for them? Promote this video in the last 20 seconds and add it as an end screen. Once I learned how to do it well, my end screen CTR shoot up above 20% from around 5% I used to see when I said, watch one of these videos next. Instead, try something like, all you've learned today won't work unless you do this, or the next step to solving this problem is and in this video you can learn how to. Now let's talk about the last crucial step to building a business and making a good living on YouTube. Relying on YouTube ads and sponsorships is a slow process because you're making money for others and are only getting a small share yourself. Instead, you should transfer your viewers to your own products or services. Even a casual mention can work like magic. The most common question in my one-to-one consultations is, now you know I offer consultations. Or just say it straight. Today you learned about this problem. In my courses you can learn how to solve it step by step. And if you don't yet have your own products or services, or you don't think that's the best video to promote them, take your audience to a platform you own, like your email list. If you create a PDF lead magnet that complements your video, you're bound to see a lot of people opt in. And if you'd like to learn more, I actually showed exactly how I make money from my 1.6 million subs channel in this video here. And thank you so much for watching me today. Have a great day. Bye!